Welcome back to Mr. Whispers Official, the channel where we reconstruct true encounters with danger, technology, and survival. Tonight we investigate 3 chilling accounts where trusted navigation systems guided drivers into deadly low-visibility environments. Roads vanished, instincts faltered, and survival depended on realizing the technology was wrong. Imagine staring at a glowing blue route line while the outside world slowly disappears into fog, snow, or dust. Would you trust the calm, robotic voice telling you to continue forward, or the growing fear in your gut? Technology promises certainty, yet sometimes the most dangerous place to place blind faith is inside the algorithms guiding our decisions. Tonight we examine 3 drivers who followed GPS instructions directly into environments where the road itself became invisible. Our first reconstruction takes place on a freezing night in the Sierra Nevada mountains, where a rerouted path turned a routine drive into a whiteout nightmare. The driver in this account is Daniel, a quiet software engineer traveling alone, relying entirely on his dashboard navigation. Daniel trusted the algorithm completely, believing that satellites knew more than the dark road stretching ahead of him. At first the drive seemed normal, though the temperature dropped rapidly as his GPS rerouted him onto a narrow mountain pass. Snow began falling lightly, and Daniel noticed visibility shrinking slowly as the glowing blue route line guided him deeper. The GPS voice instructed him to continue forward for 14 miles. Even as the snowfall thickened into a swirling white curtain, soon the road markings vanished entirely beneath layers of snow, leaving Daniel relying only on faint guardrails and the digital line. The moment that changed everything came when Daniel realized he could no longer see the road edges at all. Yet the GPS still insisted the road continued straight ahead, displaying a confident green signal that the route was perfectly clear. Daniel slowed his vehicle cautiously, feeling the tires drift slightly across the frozen pavement while the robotic voice calmly instructed him. What Daniel did not know was that the algorithm had directed him onto an old service road abandoned during winter conditions. The terrifying realization arrived when his headlights briefly revealed a broken guardrail half buried beneath snow just a few feet ahead. Daniel slammed the brakes instantly, the car sliding sideways across the ice until it stopped inches from a cliff. In that moment, Daniel understood something deeply unsettling. The satellite system had no awareness of the deadly terrain. Our second account takes place along a coastal highway where fog can roll in so suddenly that entire landscapes vanish within minutes. In this reconstruction, we follow Maria and her co-worker Ethan, delivery drivers navigating unfamiliar rural routes. Their navigation system displayed a faster shortcut along what appeared to be a coastal access road running parallel to the shoreline. Confident in the efficiency of modern mapping software, Maria followed the new route while Ethan monitored the screen. Within minutes of leaving the main highway, a thick bank of maritime fog rolled inland from the ocean and swallowed the road entirely. Visibility dropped so dramatically that Maria could barely see the hood of the delivery van in front of her. Ethan watched the navigation screen carefully, reassuring Maria that the blue dot still showed them perfectly centered on the route. The calm digital interface created a dangerous illusion of certainty, even as the real world dissolved into gray nothingness. Maria slowed the vehicle to a cautious crawl, trusting the system to guide them through the fog safely. The navigation voice instructed them to continue straight for 2 miles before making a gentle left turn along the shoreline. What the outdated mapping database failed to recognize was that the coastal road had been permanently closed years earlier. The pavement beneath their tires slowly transitioned into gravel, while the fog remained so dense it could not detect the change visually. Ethan began to feel uneasy when the road's surface sounded different. Yet the GPS still insisted they were perfectly aligned. Maria reduced speed further as the van crept forward through the fog, headlights reflecting back in a blinding gray haze. Suddenly, the front tires sank slightly into soft mud, sending a shudder through the vehicle that immediately alarmed both drivers. The fog thinned for just a moment, revealing tidal marshland stretching outward where the road should have continued. Maria immediately stopped the van, realizing the navigation system had guided them off a decommissioned coastal road into unstable terrain. If they had continued forward only another few yards, the vehicle could have become trapped in rising tidal water. That night, Maria learned an unsettling lesson. The blue dot on a screen cannot see erosion, fog, or the passage of time. Sometimes the most dangerous instruction a driver can hear is a calm voice saying simply, "Continue forward." Our final account reveals how even advanced AI-optimized routing systems can fail when confronted with sudden environmental chaos. This story involves a family traveling through a desert highway corridor where dust storms can reduce visibility to near zero within seconds. The driver, Michael, relied heavily on a navigation app promising the fastest route using real-time traffic optimization algorithms. Beside him sat his wife, Lena, while their teenage son watched the map display update dynamically. A minor traffic slowdown ahead triggered the navigation system to suggest a faster alternate route across a remote desert service road. Michael accepted the suggestion immediately, trusting the advanced AI to select the safest and quickest option available. At first, the detour seemed harmless, a quiet desert road stretching across flat terrain beneath a darkening evening sky. However, strong desert winds began lifting sand from the surrounding ground, forming a fast-moving wall of dust approaching the road. Within minutes, visibility collapsed into a blinding cloud of airborne sand that erased the horizon completely. Michael struggled to keep the vehicle aligned with the road as the GPS continued displaying a perfectly straight route forward. Lena grew increasingly nervous, asking whether they should stop until the storm passed. The navigation voice continued calmly instructing them to maintain course for another 5 miles. But the dust storm intensified so rapidly that Michael could no longer see the road edges or surrounding terrain. The family felt the unsettling sensation of driving through an invisible tunnel where the outside world had simply ceased to exist. Unknown to them, the storm had shifted large sand drifts across portions of the road. The navigation system had no data update to warn them that the road ahead had become partially buried beneath shifting dunes. Michael finally stopped the vehicle after feeling the tires struggle against deep sand forming across the pavement. Lena stepped out cautiously and discovered massive drifts only yards ahead that would have immobilized their vehicle completely. In that moment, they realized the algorithm had optimized speed and distance, but could not detect the living environment around them. The digital route was efficient on paper, but dangerously disconnected from the physical world unfolding beyond their windshield. These 3 reconstructions reveal a disturbing truth about modern navigation technology and the psychological trust we place in it. The glowing route line appears authoritative, precise, and confident, even when the environment around us begins to contradict it. This creates what researchers call digital overconfidence, where drivers ignore their own instincts because the screen appears certain. Algorithms are designed to optimize efficiency using available data, but they cannot interpret sudden weather events or hidden terrain hazards. In low visibility conditions such as fog, snowstorms, or dust clouds, the digital map may continue functioning while the physical road becomes impossible to verify. This disconnect between digital certainty and environmental reality creates the perfect conditions for navigation disasters. Many experienced rescue teams now warn drivers that a navigation system should always be treated as a suggestion, rather than absolute truth. When visibility drops to dangerous levels, the most reliable safety system remains the human ability to recognize environmental danger. Slowing down, stopping safely, or turning around can prevent situations where technology unknowingly guides drivers into traps. Modern vehicles increasingly include hazard alerts, weather warnings, and terrain updates designed to reduce these risks. Yet even in 2026, no system can replace situational awareness when the road ahead disappears into darkness or fog. Drivers must learn to recognize the moment when the windshield view matters more than the digital route line. In all three cases we examined tonight, survival came from questioning the instructions rather than obeying them blindly. Technology can guide us across continents with remarkable precision, but it cannot always see the dangers unfolding directly ahead. That responsibility ultimately belongs to the human being behind the wheel. If these real accounts made you rethink the way you trust navigation technology, then you are exactly the kind of observer this channel is built for. Mr. Whispers Official is dedicated to exploring the thin boundary between modern technology, environmental danger, and human survival instincts. Every story we present is carefully reconstructed to reveal how ordinary moments can transform into extraordinary survival situations. Our goal is not only to tell compelling stories, but also to help viewers recognize subtle warning signs before danger escalates. Because sometimes the difference between a safe journey and a disaster is a single decision made in a moment of uncertainty. Now, we want to hear from you. Have you ever followed a navigation system that led you somewhere unexpected or unsafe? Did you continue trusting the route, or did your instincts convince you to turn around before the situation worsened? Share your experiences in the comments, because real stories from viewers often reveal lessons no algorithm can predict. Your account might help another driver recognize the same warning signs someday. If you enjoy investigative survival storytelling like this, consider subscribing to Mr. Whispers Official. Each episode dives deeper into the hidden dangers that appear when technology, environment, and human judgment collide. Your support helps us continue researching and producing these stories for viewers who appreciate thoughtful suspense and real-world insight. And if this video kept you watching until the end, let us know by leaving a like so more viewers can discover the channel. Because the next time your navigation system tells you to continue forward into fog, snow, or darkness, remember these three drivers. They trusted the glowing blue line on a screen, but survival came only when they questioned it. The map may know the route, but it cannot always see the danger waiting just beyond your headlights. Sometimes the most important signal on a journey is not coming from a satellite. It is the quiet instinct telling you something ahead does not feel right. Listen to that instinct carefully, because it might be the only warning you get. Thank you for watching another investigation here on Mr. Whispers Official. Stay alert, stay curious, and never stop questioning what technology tells you. Because the most dangerous roads are often the ones that look perfectly safe on a map, till the moment the real world proves otherwise. We will see you in the next story, where reality becomes more unsettling than fiction. And remember, sometimes the scariest voice on the road is the calm one saying simply, "Continue forward."